Hey, I got myself a sanding desk and it's pretty cool. Let me tell you about it. Here's the desk itself, Rodulf from Ikea, and here's a monitor, 22.5-inch monitor for scale. So you know exactly what we are working with here. You can easily fit here another monitor and a laptop over here with a full-size keyboard. And it's really good because it's 80 centimeters deep and 140 centimeters wide. That's a $300 desk, so it's basically the best thing you can get, exactly the same, worthwhile. And you can skip the top if you want, but I would say that I think it comes in other countries in white color, if you prefer that. But the gray one is actually very attractive looking, and I think it won't show a lot of dust and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly if it isn't the the IKEA cardboard thing inside, but I drilled two holes to mount everything because I'm not sure if I'm a little bit dumb or you actually have to do this to mount the controller device here. And it was just drilling like a normal holes in a standard standard type of tops, not the empty IKEA ones. Controls are rather simplistic because it's only up and down, but that's what you get, and I think that's it may be a better idea than having the preset. I set it on a different level each time, almost. So even if I'm sitting, it's a little bit different. So I'm constantly changing the position. So the desk actually does its job properly. Single nibble I could find about this desk is that in a most top position, it isn't as stable as when it's down, because it moves only on 2 points, so it cannot be even as stable. And also, let's say this is a budget desk. When I got a quote for from a company that's local to me, I got a quote of twice as much for desks this size, and they couldn't deliver the top this deep. So I'm not sure if I just prefer this. And also, you don't really notice it, but here's the full wobble. As you can see, there is I don't know, a half centimeter down and up, maybe something like that at the edges. But in the middle, it's fairly stable, and that's only applicable. Let me lean here, over here. As you can see here, that's me leaning my full body weight. And also, this desk seems to be fairly durable because they recommend that you put up to 80 kilos on it. So that's a full grown human, but they want you to spread the load, so you cannot put it on one side and that's it. As long as you won't get on this desk and start jumping on one edge, it should be perfectly fine. The assembly went pretty well, and it's really well matched. Everything is in order, so I was really happy about that. I love the cable management options because the net from below actually has a high capacity for all kinds of stuff, and here we can find, let me remove the net. It actually has only 6 catches around it, so if I remove everything, you can put a lot of cables here. As you can see, power strip, here's a power supply for the laptop, and here's for the second one. This didn't actually fit, but you can cover a lot of your things with this little net, and it also has metal rods that can help you putting this on and keeping everything together. So that's really useful, and it's all without using any kind of cable ties or anything like that. So it's very simple. Because I usually show you how to, hack things or modify things, I was also wondering about this desk because it has 2 flat bars for each side, on this side too, behind all the cabling. Here it is. You probably could mount this bolt over here and widen it to make it wider, but I don't really recommend it because there is an additional catch here, so it aligns perfectly. And it seems that if you are thinking about replacing the top, the smallest one would be 120 centimeters. So I think 4 feet. So I wouldn't really recommend that because that's not really, you know, I mean that's the width of whole construction, and you would have you know, open metal at the edges. But I guess you would be able to get away with 160 centimeters of width because well, it's, you know, it's not that much bigger. I think if you would go with much bigger size of the top, you would add inappropriate weight, and the weight distribution wouldn't be as perfect, and you could actually, you know, mess things up, especially since the motors running those legs are meant to work for up to 1 minute and then have a 9-minute break. So I guess they are not exactly, you know, robust to be constantly used, and I would presume that if you would overuse them, it could cause trouble, and a wrong weight distribution could cause them to fail. This is how the edges of the constructions looks like from below, and I actually understand why this top is a little bit more expensive than as you would buy just a plain top and drill it yourself. It's because they are preparing all the screw holes for you, and also for the screw like those, or at least I think there are 8 of them on this top. They also prepared a plastic insert that probably has a very coarse thread on the outside, and then a very fine thread for those screws on the inside. So it's basically adapting the place to hold those screws very well, and you can actually really put a lot of, you know, force to screwing this all in. So it's very, very well secured to the top, and I was really happy with the result. I think only, oh, there are actually 2 more, so 10 of them. And I think only 2 of them were spinning or almost freely. I mean, almost. They still kept the whole top on the construction, so it was very well made. There are some additional screw holes. If you want, you can use them still, but that's probably because those bars here, like I said, are used for different types of tables, but I'm not sure if you can actually adapt this for a different size. This is the main controller, and here is the power, a very simple cable that you probably saw in you know, in Sony devices, especially because they very like to use this. This cable over here is actually RJ45 that you would, you know, normally use for stuff like network connectivity, Ethernet. It has only 3 cables here, so basically one is ground, and 2 of them are the, you know, the control. So it's only the 2 buttons, and here on the both sides you will be able to find the motors. And this connector is very non-standard. I think they are doing a bit of sensing here, so it has a functionality that if you would press the 2 buttons for at least 8 seconds or something like that, it's in the instruction, it would reset the controller itself, and it will move down the whole desk to the bottomest level, leveling those motors completely. So in case of problems, you can always do that. If I measure the cable with the ringer, that's the right, and here in the middle is the left button. So basically the white one is the right, the red one is the left button, and this is the common, so it goes exactly like this in case you would have to create your own cable by some reason. As for the motors themselves, you can see here that those are 200 watt, 1000 Newton motors, and these are AC motors, and it does say that it can deal with maximum load of 80 kilograms, but I don't think that exactly applies to, because The label is on both of them, so you would think that 80 kilograms per for each, that would be 160, but I don't think that that's the rating for both of them. So they have to work together here. And also, well, apparently I shouldn't operate this because I'm not properly trained. Well, I guess here you are. So since they were using AC motors, it means that the control board is fairly simple, and it basically just delivers the voltage to each of them, and all you have to do is basically close the circuit and power the motors, both of them at once, because there are two of them. And but since there are AC motors, you have to have the direction control here. And also, I think they are doing something smart here inside and know exactly on what level each motor is to compensate for that. And also, they probably have end stops on them. So, that thing I mentioned, that you can bring the whole desk down and to the, to set the lowest level. Yeah, that's the exactly the that they probably using them to calibrate that sensor. The desk is currently at 70 centimeters, so it's at the lowest level. So to give you an idea how far can it go upwards, let me go full to the top. And it's currently at 1 meter and 18 centimeters. But you still have the small legs at the bottom of the feet, those two big feet at the end, which you could raise to additional 2, maybe 3 centimeters, or basically level the desk if you need to do that. So there you have it. That's a very nice desk in my opinion. It wobbles a little bit, but that's up to you if that would be annoying for you. For me it isn't really, because once you lean on it, it is pretty stable. So I hope those technical details will help you understanding what exactly it is about and make a good decision. So that's all I have for you today, guys. See you next time.